Welcome to Chennai City Garden. So today this video is going to be a garden tour video. I will show you all the plants that I am growing in this month of May. So this is the first plant. This is a rose variety, Damascus rose. In Tamil we used to call it as paneer rose. It has a beautiful smell and it is one of my favorite plant. I used to multiply this plant using cuttings, and as you all know, this is hibiscus. This is the second favorite plant for me, especially in flower plants. These two plants I really love it. And even with this plant used to multiply a lot. There are different varieties of hibiscus, but I prefer this one. It is a heirloom variety, and for this I used to add a neem cake powder as fertilizer, and even I use the same neem cake powder as pesticide. I used to just soak a handful of neem cake powder in 1 liter of water and I brew it for 24 hours. Then I filter it and spray it on these plants for pests. And this one is custard apple. You can see here, beautiful custard apple started to fruit. I used hand pollination method to fruit properly. Especially in a terrace garden, we need to do hand pollination for these kind of plants. And the next one is okra, the lady's finger plant. I even grow a money plant within this grow bag. This one is a beautiful summer plant, the okra plant, and you can see the money plant inside of it. It is a summer plant, can grow really well, we can get lots of harvest. And this one is turkey berry plant. I'm just using a small water can to grow this plant. And the next to it is a cutting, rose plant cutting. The paneer rose, the Damascus rose cutting. This is a tomato plant. If you are growing a tomato plant, it is very difficult to get more fruits in extreme heat. So please wait till the end of June to plant new ones. And this is another turkey berry plant. It has lots of thorns in it. You can see it has started flowering for me. It has wonderful, beautiful white flowers with yellow color pollen. This one is a sweet potato plant. You can see here. Even recently I had harvested a bag of it. I had posted a video in my channel. You can see it there. This one is the chrysanthemum plant. The flowering season is over for that. And this one is balsam plant. For chrysanthemum, just try to prune it and save that plant for next season. That is the good idea. This one is the rosella plant. In Tamil we used to call pulichakira plant. You can see the pods. The pods contains the seeds in it. You can multiply using those seeds. In English it is called rosella. It is part of hibiscus family actually. Many of us do not recognize it, but it is a part of hibiscus family. And this one is a ginger plant. I had planted new ones in a bigger grow bag. And this one is Crosandra, just becoming yellow. Need to add more fertilizer to it. And you can see here the hibiscus, and the white ones are the periwinkle plant. I used to grow lots of herbs in my garden. It really helps to keep our garden colorful and meaningful actually. I used to use all those herbs my daily diet. You can you can prepare any kind of tea with it, and you can easily use those herbs. And this one is eggplant, and I even have a jasmine plant. It is a jasmine variety. This one is called a eranthemum plant. It just flowers. And you can see here, this is the tulsi, the holy basil. Due to extreme heat, it has stopped growing well, so I need to cut down certain leaves, small amount of leaves. And this one is the same rose plant. You can see the spinach leaves around it. This one is called balloon vine plant. It is a herbal plant, and this is a jade plant, a succulent. Recently started to grow. And you can see here the lemon plants. I had planted some seeds. And this one is curry leaf plant. Just started to produce more seedlings with the seeds. And this is the raised bed. I have planted lots of sweet potato plants. You can see it was growing really well for me. Even now it is growing faster. And another green plants. This one is butterfly pea flower plant. It is also a herbal plant, and you can see the beetle leaf. If you are growing a beetle leaf plant, please grow it in a shady area. It will produce lots of leaves for you. Just do remember to grow it in a shady area. And these are the bitter gourd. See, in my garden I don't put any kind of shade net, but still all my plants are growing really well. There are different reasons for it, but the major reason is the compost and the mulch. I used to add lots of compost and mulch to my plants, and it saves our plants indefinitely in this extreme heat. So this is the mint plant, you can see. So just make sure you add proper compost and mulch to your plants. It will help you to balance the heat. It won't let your topsoil to dry. See the basil plants. Every plant is growing well for me. I just water it regularly, at least twice a day. Make sure you water it properly. See the the beetle plant. It is a proper herb. The beetle plant is a proper herb. You can use it on a regular basis. You can see the guava plant. It has really grown bigger. And this one is cat whisker plant. It is called as a cat whisker. The flowers looks like the cat whisker plant. It is best medicine for the kidney problems. And these are some of the weed plants that are growing around in my garden. Need to prune it, to take out those weed plants. You can see the kale plant here. It is one of the superfood, best superfood. You can take it regularly. You can put a juice out of it and you can drink it on a regular basis. It has lots of nutrients in it. Do try to plant one if you don't have. And this one is the pomegranate, and you can see the papaya plant. Even added too much of mulch to the papaya plant. This one is the button rose. and the mint plant you can see here. Actually, I'm trying to grow lots of mint in my garden. I do like mint. See the eggplants. And here are a few chili plants. Just before a month or so I had produced seedlings and have planted it in different pots, and you can see the aloe vera plant. Actually, I didn't pour any water for nearly 20 to 25 days, but still the aloe vera is growing green. And this one is another drum which I had planted the custard apple plant, and this is a green plant. It is a type of spinach. It is called Malabar spinach, and these are the mints. Like this, I am trying to plant in many pots. The mint plants. You can use it for chutneys, and you can add it in any food. And this is the rose plant. It is in the process of rejuvenation. And like these, I have start growing different kind of roses, different kind of herbs, and different kind of greens, because the greens grows really well for me. I used to grow it in different bags like this. There are 2 to 3 types of greens growing in a single bag, and this one is the pink periwinkle. Please try to grow lots of greens in your garden, because it will definitely grow very well for you, and you can harvest it within 25 to 30 days. So try to plant more types of greens, and try to prepare your own compost or fertilizer by using the kitchen waste. Any kind of organic waste can be converted into compost. So please start composting in your home. It can reduce the waste that we are throwing out on a daily basis. It will really help us to reduce the waste level. So this one is the ridge gourd. Even for growing this, I have to do hand pollination. Only after doing hand pollination, this one started fruiting. So this is seaweed fertilizer. I have used this one as a self-watering method. Just filled the bottle with the seaweed mix and put some holes in the bottle cap, and I inverted and inserted into the soil. You can see the bubbles coming out, which means the water drops are going out. So in this way we can do the self-watering method. So like this, you can grow n number of plants in a small terrace garden. Just make sure you are use proper soil mix and giving enough fertilizer for different types of plants, because each plant requires different amount of fertilizer and water. So make sure you pour enough water for different types of plants. Don't overwater it, especially to flowering plants like roses. And make sure you are using some growth regulators like soy buttermilk or any kind of liquid fertilizer. In that case, you can use vermicompost tea or any kind of compost tea to spray it on all over, foliar spray on all the plants. So like this, you can maintain the garden in summer. Try to plant more flowering plants. It can help us to get more harvest. The pollination will be more easy for all the type of vegetable plants, and by planting more flowering plants, it can attract lots of bees and all kind of insects, beneficial insects. It will help us in the pollination techniques. In that way we can grow a proper, maintain a proper garden. So this is the garden tour. So if you like it, please give it a like and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.